That's so dumb. Well, there you have it. After all that action in Cape York, somehow I made it back. And the Cruiser is in one piece, or mostly one piece, but it's on all 4 tyres, which is the main thing. If you haven't seen those videos yet, I've just come back from Cape York. I did the old Tele Track and the Frenchman's. There was plenty more that I was going to do, but I had to cut my trip short early, unfortunately. But I still absolutely had the trip of a lifetime. So if you haven't seen those videos, I'll link them here or put some clips up for you. But we're back. And what's important about four-wheel driving is maintenance of your four-wheel drive. So I thought I'd cover for you guys a quick video about what I did before my trip and what I'm doing after my trip to make sure my four-wheel drive is still in mint condition. Well, I wouldn't call it mint condition, which will lead us right into, how about we do a bit of a damage report? Yeah, not stoked with this one, eh? Well, let's start off with this damage report because you guys would rather see me doing bad than doing good. No, I'm kidding. But, so, both flares completely torn off. It has become very abruptly apparent to me that 37s do not fit factory guards. So, I've torn off all my guards on front and back. The back ones are attached right now because they've been tech screwed back in, but I'll cover the back when I get to it actually anyway. But we can see we've got a front right guard, a front left guard. I've got my door punched in right here, which that looks... No, it actually comes like that. Looks good. A little bit of a sill ding, but that one's repairable, which is good. Back here, what else is done? This all looks fine, I think. This is no good down here. Actually, let me bring the camera back down this side for you. Okay, we're at the back. What do we got here? Tub's on. Not exactly, but we're good. This is obviously caved in. So every corner of where the flare goes in, so there and there. So I explained that terribly. The closest points where the tires are rubbing is the front of the wheel guard, the back of the wheel guard, and the top of the wheel guard. So these corners here, fine, but here, here, and here, cactus. On all sides, front and rear. But, you know, it's not about that. It's about mad flex. Also, this little cave in is here, but I did that before Cape. So, can't really count that, but that's the back. Let's move on to the passenger side. Passenger side is thankfully not as interesting. I do have a little bit of damage around the bull bar though, and up here, but all repairable. Again, as I said, this guard is also punched in. This one happened on coming out of the Pasco on the Frenchman's, which is good. I had my shock mount actually rip out as well, so she's down in under there, doing good. Oh, that's still so red from the PDR. That looks mad. Anyway, so yeah, that's caved in there. Luckily, no damage along the sill. Back here, I don't know if you can see me from all the way back over there, but the tub is also bent. Terribly bad. Front and rear and in the center. But, bit of damage here. There's no mirror. For all of you who plan on going full driving, make sure your mate, Muzz Adventures, can spot. No, I'm kidding. That was actually a funny story, which you'll see in the Frenchman's episode. I asked him if I was good. I was being like, am I good to go up this line? And he thought I was asking him, like, do you reckon I can do it? So he was saying, yeah, I think you can go for it, I guess. And I was thinking, are you sure I can go? And so we both doubted me, but we both agreed on letting me go. So that's what ended up happening there. Bit of miscommunication. A UHF would have helped there, but doesn't matter. Funny memory for a guard. It's a good trade-off. I would do it again. Well, I don't know if I'd do my guard again, but memories are worth it. And that brings me back to the original reason why I started this video. What did I do to make this car ready? Jeez, like falling over. What did I do to make this car ready to go to Cape York and tackle some of Australia's most iconic tracks? And what am I doing after to make sure that I can do it again and years to come? Let's dive straight in. Pulling up the esky because I'm old enough for it to hurt already to squat. No, I'm kidding. I'm just being dramatic. Right, so what did I do beforehand? What I did is I went to a little local shop down the road. That doesn't actually matter. I'm going to cut that bit out. I went and did every fluid on my four-wheel drive. I'll get straight into it. I did my diff oil. I did my transfer case oil. I did my engine oil. I did pretty much every fluid on this car, because what you got to be taking into account is obviously some of this stuff hasn't been changed in a while. It could be gritty, and you don't want that sort of stuff like your diffs or your transfer case to fail you while you're in the middle of nowhere. Saying that, I also, along with every fluid, I changed every filter. So, obviously your engine oil, but your air filter, your cabin filter, all the filters, every filter you can dream of, changed it. In saying that, I also added another filter. I can 100% recommend 10 out of 10 buy a snorkel sock. I had a snorkel sock on pretty much the entire time. Make sure you wash it. That's something I didn't know originally, is you have to wash it. However, luckily a great mate of mine, Jamie, who I met up on the telly, good lad, he ran me through that and told me that I do need to actually change all that stuff. Sorry, there's a little kid crying, riding his bike past me, so that was a bit distracting. Anyway, so change your snorkel sock, but it'll save your life. More so your engine than your life, but you get what I'm saying. I did my wheel bearings as well. Massive thing. You want to check over your entire car and make sure every moving part is in tip-top condition, because if you've got something that's about to let go, and it does let go when you're halfway down gunshot, your holiday is going to go to shit. So, I did my wheel bearings and I did brakes. Brakes is another massive thing. You need to stop. PDR is a dangerous road. Don't let your ego get in the way of that. Trust me, I know. Some people very dear to me have had some terrible accidents on that road alone. So please take this as a disclaimer, or however you will. Please drive safe. Whether you've got a massive lifted car or a little car, whatever car you drive, whatever your skill set, just drive safely. There's people at home waiting for you, and they do care about you, and they love you. And if they don't, I do. So drive safe. Make sure you have your suspension and drivetrain in tip-top condition as well. So you will need to check over every bolt, every nut, and tighten it. Especially if you've got newish suspension and you're going up and testing it. It is absolutely paramount that your car gets you there safely and shit doesn't rattle off. Because again, I'm lucky enough, well, I only have me to be concerned about, but other people have families. And it's not just me as well, because I am not putting my own life on the line when I'm doing all this stuff. I'm making it sound pretty dramatic, but it can come down to it. If you are lazy and you don't have your wheel nuts done up correctly, you could go into oncoming traffic and you could kill a young family. And it's happened. So just, please do yourself and small families a favour. Check over your car. Just spend that extra money, get the good quality stuff, and you and everyone else around you will get home safely. That's pretty much all I did. I'll list actually up on this side of me, because that's where the camera is. I'll put the list of everything I did. I did a massive checklist. So that was just the maintenance side. I did plenty of modifications before I came, like my 12 volt. What else? Obviously, the suspension. Pretty much the whole car was built to do it. However, there was a lot of modifications in there. Just the car went through a lot of a transformation in a very short period of time to get ready for Cape York, which is also another build series on my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. So anything you see on this, whether it be the bull bar, the tub, the rooftop tent, the suspension, the 12 volt, the interior, anything, go check that out. Build series. It looks sick. At least that's what people tell me. So let's go into what I'm going to be doing after. Oh, look at me forgetting to remember stuff from the damage report. I actually lost my front number plate, Tura, which you can see I've got a little replacement up there on the old Tele Track. So if you find my number plate, congratulations. Could you please send it back to me? That'd be cool. But as far as I know, not to litter, because trust me, I looked for 2 hours for that bloody thing, could not find it anywhere. So somewhere my number plate is on the old Telegraph track, and it's a nice little thing to know because I'd rather it be stuck on the old Tele Track than some bog hole in the middle of nowhere. At least it's a famous, cool track. Anyway, touching on what we're going to do after. All of this is actually really imperative to me that I get all this right again, because I'm going to be embarking on another great journey. I know, I just got back from Cape. Where could you possibly be going? The East Coast is the answer, again. I'm going down for Christmas and a bit of stuff for work, but I'm going to be on the East Coast for pretty much 4 months. So anything you guys want to see me do down there, I'm going to be anywhere between Sydney and Brisbane, give or take up and below. I'll be tearing all that shit up. So if you want to see the Wadigans, if you want to see Fraser, if you want to see Double Island again with Muzz, let me know. Put a comment down below. I'd love to know where you guys want to see me go. Because I'm probably going to go there anyway. But I'll still be taking recommendations because, it's good to check out different places. What I'm going to be doing to get my car ready for that second trip is I'm going to be repacking my bearings with grease. I'm not going to replace my wheel bearings again because they're in good condition. I just put them in, they're brand new. But I will be repacking them because water disperses grease, and if bearings are running without grease, that is a recipe for disaster. So I'm going to be repacking my bearings full of grease that is suited for the temperature and the speeds that it needs to go to ensure all of my wheels are turning nice and smoothly. And again, I would not like a wheel to fall off or a wheel bearing to collapse on me because that would be bad. Brakes. The old Telegraph track, no one bullshits. I used to watch videos where they'd say their brakes were completely shot after the old Tele Track. They're not lying. I literally put in brand new brakes, front and rear, discs and pads, and now I can barely stop. Like, cruiser handbrakes suck anyway, but I can't even stop on like an incline. It's not even an incline. I would say it's a flat road, yet my car's rolling. So that's my indication of if I'm on an inclination or not, is whether or not my car rolls. That's why she's up on the flat garage. So yeah, bearings, brakes, rolling assembly of my wheels. Every day on the Telegraph track as well, I might mention, I checked all of these things. You want to go under regularly and check your brakes, check your wheels, check your wheel studs, check your suspension. Make sure everything is held in nice and tight, especially on the PDR when you're doing that sort of remote stuff like the gib as well, any sort of corrugations. Your shit will rattle off. Trust me. I tightened everything with Loctite and torque specs. My Hyperflex arms, I still got nearly half a turn out of all those bolts after doing the PDR. They were Loctited on, they're nylock nuts, and I did it to the torque recommendations. Just check. But yeah, checked all that stuff. That was all good, obviously, because we made it back safe. Obviously, again, speaking back to when I was talking about how water disperses grease and oils, all the mud and shit that I did in the water crossings, which Cape is absolutely renowned for, that is all probably in my diffs and my transfer case right now. Well, hopefully not, but that's just how it works. I've put diff breathers in. However, you can't stop it completely. And I'm going to be replacing all of the oils in my diffs and transfer case and engines, replacing every fluid that I just put in, because I did do 6,800 kilometers, I think. It's due for its next service anyway, but imperative that we do our oils in those low-lying areas and inspect anywhere where water, mud, grit can get in, because that will cause corrosion and just endless damage. So make sure you stay on top of that. I can't think of much else. That is pretty much a rundown on what I did before and after. Be sure to chuck a comment down and let me know if you guys want to see if it's anything as simple as what do we got over here? Bro, I'm trying to film. I was on a roll. We've got Max Venture over there. bloody causing mischief. The mischief maker. He's back again. Strikes again. Let me finish this quickly. You can come over if you want. Okay, sick. Mischief maker, mate. If you want to see a real 80 series build, check out Max Venture. Because you'll see my hot self over there. He's hiding his face. The camera's not even facing you. This is going to be an awesome blooper. It's taken a while. If you want to see a really long-winded 80 series build, then check out Max Venture. But if you guys want to see if it's anything as simple as just engine changes or how to build a diff, I can try that. Chuck it down in the comments. Your wish is my maybe command. Depends. I'll try my best. I hope this inspires you and gives you a little bit of education on what to do when you're thinking about taking that big trip, whether it's your family, friends, or whatever else you call the people you hang out with, your dogs. Harp on it all the time. Go out and take the trip. Don't be afraid. I had to spend a bit of money on this car to get it ready. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not cheap, but I got into a few situations which I won't cover probably on here, but I can tell you, hand on heart, glory to God, if I did not spend the money I did and buy the good quality parts that I did and do the correct routine maintenance, I would not have made it out with my car or possibly my life. And that, you can take that with a grain of salt, but I know in my heart, truly, I've seen it with more than just my car. Buy your quality parts and do the quality maintenance, and you'll get a quality time. Thank you so much for watching this, guys. Take the trip, get out, check out Australia. It's a bloody wicked country. I have so much left to check out. As I said, chuck in where you want me to go. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, please. Check out my store on Tour Co. if you're wanting some fresh merch. We'll be dropping some new stuff soon, so keep an eye out for that. I'll see you guys out on tour. Catch you later.